Many of you have been asking for it, and I personally use this website and these characters from time to time, so I've tackled it for you. Today we are going to talk about modular control rig with a Mixamo character. Let's get started. I made a video last week about discovering and setting up the new experimental tool, Modular Control Rig. Feel free to check it out before starting this video to understand some basic principles. Here I'm going to talk about the struggles and solutions found for using this tool with a Mixamo character. And here our lucky pick is our wrestler friend, El Chupacabra. After downloading him in a T-pose from the Mixamo website, the first difficulty encountered here, which you're probably familiar with, is the absence of a root bone. Several possibilities are available to us to correct this. The simplest and quickest one is to use the add-on from the user Enziop, available on GitHub, the Mixamo Converter plugin. I'll put the link in the description for you guys. Very easy to use, since you just need to first install the add-on on your Blender, then specify on the add-ons window in the report here the use of the Use Unreal Engine Points Name attributes. You can leave the rest as default, just specify the input path where your freshly downloaded Mixamo character is located, and then the output path where you want to export the newly converted version of your mesh. Click on Batch Converts and you're done. This add-on will help us add a root bone to the hierarchy of our Mixamo characters rig and also modify the names of each bone to an Unreal type nomenclature. Obviously, if you do this, the constraint afterwards will be to perform the same convention step for each downloaded animation of your character. Otherwise, the animation data won't match with the rig adjusted with the new root bone in particular. Okay, great. All that's left is to import our character into Unreal. You can use the default settings and it will work without problems. Right-click on the skeletal mesh and let's create our modular control rig. Same steps as described in my previous video, simply drag and drop all the modules present here by default from our module assets. The sockets will follow and create themselves quite correctly as we go along. However, you'll quickly notice a little issue with the orientation of the controls. And this mainly comes from the orientation of the bones of the Mixamo characters rig, which differs from the traditional rigs present in Unreal, like the Mannequin or Echo that I recently used. You can see all this directly in Unreal if you activate the Skeletal Mesh Editor plugin. After a quick engine restart, you'll have access via the Skeletal Mesh assets to the editing tools. Select Edit Bones, then Edit Skeleton. After that, select the bone roots to display the entire hierarchy. Feel free to increase the axis length and axis thickness attributes to better visualize the orientation axis of your bones. If you compare it to Echo character or the Mannequin, you'll notice the difference. So here we have two options. Either we leave our Mixamo character as is with some limitations, notably having to manually adjust the orientation of our controls and being limited in the use of hierarchy controls, or via the Skeletal Mesh Editor, we reorient the axis of our bones in the same way as those present in the Mannequin rig in Unreal, for example. The latter option is more destructive, because if you do it, all imported animations from Mixamo will require retargeting, since we would have modified the rig itself of our character. I've so far limited myself to using the modular control rig for my Mixamo character without real use of hierarchy type controls. However, we still have the possibility to use and animate additional animations beyond Mixamo Basics ones in quite a detailed manner, which hasn't really been seen on Unreal yet. And that's really fantastic. It's still experimental, I repeat, hence some small bugs like this control not quite doing its job here. But the result is there. After downloading and importing several animations of my character from the Mixamo website, I was able to easily adjust all these animation sequences with additive control rig layers in my sequencer very easily. By the way, I'm preparing a video on this topic for next week. Tell me what you think about this little R&D on the Mixamo modular control rig pipeline. I'm curious to know if you manage the FK-IK controls to work. Let me know in the comments, guys. Thanks for your support and see you very soon for our next video. Bye!